Um, what can I say about it? I believe in it. As a journalist, it's one of the bills that I think should be prioritized by the administration because it will pave the way for people, not only media practitioners, but the public in general, to be able to get information from the government. And it will make things more transparent. At least it will help make things more transparent because our government officials cannot hide behind the veil of secrecy, and they will be forced, hopefully, to give that kind of information, which will lead to two things. Number one, we will be able to discover things that are being kept secret, and number two, those who are corrupt will think twice before doing something.
Does it have limits or everything is literally civil?
Everything is what?
Everything is literally
Seen, as in makikita lahat. I'm sure there will be limitations, pero the limitations should be clear. Like, for example, maybe for issues of national security, operational matters of the military especially, and I can imagine a bunch of other things that may be sensitive information. But having said that, that should not be another excuse for information to be withheld. I can imagine, for example, if the military would want to keep certain things secret, like specific strategies and campaigns against certain elements that are against the government. But the danger about having that kind of secrecy, if it's not challenged and if it's not explained well, is they will just say that everything is an issue of national security. So, for example, the military has been accused of human rights abuses, and it has to do with certain people that they put in the order of battle. That's what they call it. Now, if they will say that they do not want to expose this list of people in the order of battle, that may be a problem because you will not be able to see who are the people they target, especially if these people are not combatants but are more political figures or even civilians. So, isang example lang yun. So there will be limits, but again, like I mentioned, it has to be explained thoroughly.
So, sir, you agree in having freedom of information?
I'm more inclined to accept it and to support it. There are some people that say that it's not that effective, citing the example of the United Kingdom where they say that the freedom of information law, their version of it at least, is a little impotent. But I think that that's not necessarily a deal breaker. We can take their example and see why it doesn't work for them, as some people think, and make our version more potent. At the same time, magkaibang lipunan din kasi yan eh. Parang feeling ko dito, pag nagkaroon tayo ng ganong klaseng batas, malaking bagay talaga para magbuksa yung korupsyon. So, yes, I'm supportive of the measure.
Do you think may negative effects? May mga negative effects?
Negative effects, well, lahat naman ng bagay mayroong pros and cons. The negative effects, I don't really see when it comes to the interest of the public. It's a little hard to imagine how it can be bad for regular people. But maybe if it gets passed, magkaroon din ng ganang klase mga problems. But I think they would be minor and things that would be easy to correct. Definitely it will be a pain in the ass for people in power. So kung kasama sila sa mga tinatawag natin na may negative effects, so that's the idea.
Sir, ano po yung mga possible information na pwede pong ma-review ng FOI?
Well, a lot of things. For example, hindi lang naman kasi yung information. It's not just what will become available, but what are the responsibilities of people in government to provide that kind of information. Like for example, if I request for the SALN of people, say, in the judiciary, sa Supreme Court, kahit na dapat available yan, pahirapan. So, one of the things that the Freedom of Information Bill will cover is when somebody makes a request, what is the responsibility of the branch of government? Bibigyan niya ng certain number of days na they should be able to reply within 3 days or something. And if they don't have an affirmative response, if they're not able to provide the information, they should be able to refer you to somebody who can. And there will be a time limit. And then if they don't provide it, there will be sanctions. So overall, this will make the information more available. Other things I can imagine, maybe in the budget, for example, maybe it will make it easier for us to see how pork barrel is being spent, especially the presidential pork barrel na tinatawag na discretionary. So we can request for a detailed itemization of where it was being spent. Things like that. So there are a lot of different things that we can think about, and it has a huge potential.
So, do you think it would be helpful?
Yes.
So,